Yeah, I like that. We'll get it down real slow.
I can't wait to hear the recording and see if that actually came through.
I believe it did.
The Dropkick Murphys.
All right. So this is what we're going to do with Random Thoughts. Every time we do this segment, I'm going to have a random thought. We're going to talk about it. You can call in and talk about it with us at 914-595-4871. You can chat in the chat room with us. You can tweet. You can Skype. You can do whatever you want. We're each going to bring our random thought to the table, discuss, move on to the other person's random thought, discuss, and then show some asses on screen. All right. So my random thought, it's kind of a long random thought. I was walking down the street the other day, and I was standing at a street corner at a crosswalk. And there was like 4 women around me, and I was just thinking, the odds are one of these women has a video or a picture of herself naked on the internet.
One of them's checking your phone. One of them's got a Starbucks that costs like $5.
Yeah, but my random thought is, how many people do you think you encounter on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Like, be it the bank teller at the bank or, the girl making your sandwich at Subway, have been fucked silly in a video or had naked pictures taken of themselves or, made the colossal bonehead move of texting the boyfriend the naked pictures of himself. How many of these people do you think have ended up on the internet at this point?
The question is, what is the ratio?
That's what I'm saying.
What is the slice of that pie? Like, if an enormous pizza represented every woman that walked down the street.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be women, too.
How big is the slice?
It could be dick pics. Hey, man, we've all sent a dick pic.
Oh, sure. Okay.
We've all sent a dick pic. And
especially Gypsy.
Gypsy's nodding his head. He's nodding his head like it's an every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock kind of thing. So, yeah. How many people do you think, Jonesy? What do you got for me, man?
My percentage, I believe at least 8% of the entire population.
Yeah, I say it's higher.
Has something on the internet.
I say it's higher. I say it's definitely higher. I mean, maybe 8% in like 2005. But nowadays, the young girls, I feel like the young girls are really bringing it hard. They're making so many stupid mistakes at 17, 18, sending out pictures, posting pictures of themselves like it's the cool thing to do.
Now, we are talking about like, full pepperoni, right?
Full nip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pink taco all day.
Right.
Anything. Tits, ass, vagina, dick pics, like I said.
Yeah.
So these kids are, I feel like they're really up in our ratio here. They're really boosting the numbers.
I think it's a lot more significant than a lot of people would think. I
Absolutely.
mean, you have to understand also is that there are a few old timers that still walk the streets, like that girl with the tweed trench coat from the 50s that's pushing that big weird black basket full of fucking groceries and laundry and stuff.
Yeah.
She's got to be counted in the ratio.
Yeah, but my point is, she has a video out there, or even like for example, that 60-year-old bank teller that you see.
Yeah.
She got plowed out on video. Like maybe she did a video for grandmas that like cock or some shit. And now it's fucking floating around.
Great website.
She's getting banged hard, banged silly by 4 different guys, and then she's like, "Would you like that in 20s or 50s?" Like
that's my favorite website.
GrandmasWhoLikeCock.com.
Hell yeah.
I wonder if that exists. If it does, we just gave you a free shout out.
Well, then you have to wonder also whatever part of that slice is another small slice of women that just made critical errors.
Yeah.
Like girls that just made the biggest freaking mistake, whether it be just, I don't even know what does it cost? What do women earn for doing like cum fiesta or something like that? So what sort of take home pay after taxes was that?
I think it's $100 a smack on the ass and a gram of coke.
I mean, because those girls are committed and they're focused.
Well, they give them a little bit of the drugs. They give them, show them the $100 bill. Throw them in the room to the beasts, and they're like, you'll have a little more of each of these things when you come out. Those 18-year-old girls are hungry. They're thirsty.
Oh, God.
They're thirsty for them drugs and money.
These poor girls walk into a room and there's like some big dude eating a can of tuna fish with a fucking plastic fork out of the can. Like, oh, hey, how are you?
Yeah, it's about to go down.
All of a sudden, that $425 doesn't look too good.
No, it does not.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Here's a few pictures that I just plucked off of the internet. I just plucked a few of these. I thought the most average, amateur-looking chicks. Like this girl right here. That girl's a waitress at Applebee's. She's that normal chick Just, you wouldn't even think twice.
She has a lot of flair on her
Now,
suspenders.
I carefully cropped these photos. She's got quite a smile on her face because the bottom half of her is engaged in some interesting activity. This young lady, or,
What a winning smile. Look at her.
Is that from Craigslist?
No. This is, I think it's from myamateurwife.com, possibly. I don't know.
Joe, I think she rented me a car at Enterprise last week.
It looks like I cropped that picture so you can see her face.
Look at her.
But it looks like the Knicks starting five is around her when you see the full picture. She is airtight. She's a rotisserie chicken, whatever term you want to use. Eiffel Towered. She is holed up, and she's smiling like, "Hey, cheese!" Oh, this young lady. What did we say she was? She's the
Eiffel Tower.
She's the manager at your nearest Chase Bank right there.
Yes.
She is, dude.
She's totally coming.
Joe, you hit that, bro.
Yeah, she's a manager at a Chase Bank. She wears that button up.
Or
nice blouse.
maybe it's TD Ameritrade.
Yeah, TD Ameritrade maybe. I don't know where it is, but you've seen her before. And then there was another young lady that looked like she might have been a camp counselor at I think it was number 2.
Yeah, she could have been. Yeah, she could have been your camp counselor.
She was the camp counselor for your children.
At Lake Winnipesaukee,
And there's somebody doing some interesting stuff to our left, her right, and she's smiling about it. She's not mad about it. She's having a good time. All right,
she ain't mad about it.
She ain't mad about it. So that's my random thought. How many girls and men and people do you see in it every day?
Joe, what is your guess? What's your estimation?
20%. 20% of the American population, I would say under 50.
So 1 in 5 people.
Yeah, 1 in 5 people has had a naked picture pop on the internet.
I think it's higher.
You think it's higher?
I think it's higher.
That's interesting.
Welcome, Gypsy, to the conversation, our man. Yeah.
I think it's close to like 35%.
Yeah. Think so?
Maybe 40. Because you think about like all the politicians.
Yeah.
They're sending out dick pics. You know what I mean? Like if it's to the point where, quote unquote, people
are public officials.
Thank you. If they're doing it, then every low brow.
Then you know the guy bagging your groceries at Stop and Shops.
Yeah. Everybody's
got a dick pic floating around.
Here's a point I'd like to contribute. I believe the lowest common denominator is spreading. As far as I think the percentage is going to rise. As of right now, I mean, there were only 50% of the country watch the Super Bowl. So there's obviously 50% of people that are just weird.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's got to be brought into the equation when it comes to that percentage.
Absolutely.
So.
All right. So that's my random thought for the night. Jonesy's a little more serious, a little more educational. So, ladies and gentlemen,
a little bit.
Hand it over to Jonesy.
Thank you. Mine's maybe a little bit educational, but I don't think this is something to be taken too seriously. That's a lie. That is a fucking lie, okay? Because I think this should be taken very seriously. I'm sure you guys have seen. I'm sure you guys have seen on Facebook and on a number of different periodicals or websites about something called a hyperloop. All right. The hyperloop is an invention. I'm sure you guys have all seen Iron Man. There's Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk is somebody who is a modern day Tony Stark from Iron Man.
Yep.
He's the modern day Tony Stark, okay?
He's a big thinker ahead of his time.
He really exists, all right? So he's into space tourism, all this kind of nonsense, but I digress, all right? So he has contributed, he's gone with a bunch of guys and created a prototype that could change the world as we know it. It's called the Hyperloop. And it really merges the 3 ideas of a ping pong table, the little fucking puck that floats above the table. It combines the idea of the pneumatic tube, where back in the 50s when you used to throw a fucking, an envelope or like a check used to fly up the tube into the bank. And it also takes into place the idea of magnetic induction with roller coasters, okay? They've done a lot of a lot of serious tests about this, as you see with the pictures here, all right? They can create a tube where they can literally send you from New York to San Francisco in 42 minutes.
Wow.
All right. This is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration.
It's zero friction, no air. It's a vacuum tube, so there's no air, there's no friction, right? It just zooms.
There's zero friction, and the risks are extremely low. I mean, obviously, there's a few things to test, like you don't want some guy in Tennessee with a rifle shooting at it. Right. Okay, this isn't a perfect world yet. We're getting there, but I really have to stand up for this because I feel like this is one of the most amazing fucking things that our generation can do right now. Because how long does it take? Back in the 50s, it took 6 hours to fly to San Francisco. Okay, how long does it take now?
No, it took about 8 hours then. It takes about like 6 now.
Yeah,
Great.
it's about 6.
Our grandfathers, it took that long.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy were at the train station the other day. We're like, a train is this, it's the same fucking technology. All right, everything changes every month, technology-wise, and internet, this and that.
Well, our
We have
scale,
got-
our how quickly our technology is advancing. Like
Yeah.
if it was a graph, it would have been like this for the past, for 20 years up to the year 2000, and it
Yes.
just went and shot straight
up in the air.
As to
And
how fast.
what an opportunity for this generation, because our politicians have been such colossal pussies when it comes to taking chances, when it comes to looking forward.
Except for with the dick pics.
Except for dick pics, they got plenty of time for that, because they don't want to be controversial. Here's a few of the benefits and here's why I brought this up. Number one, property values have increased. Could you imagine, like in bumfuck New York, where the property values are dog shit, where you can buy a 3-story house for like, $150,000. If there was a hyperloop there, all of a sudden, it'd be very easy to commute from A to B. You could live in that nice part.
You could commute to Los Angeles.
You can commute to Los Angeles in the
from
same
New
day.
York.
Yeah.
That shit's bananas.
Or what happens in the case of my charity that I spoke about last week?
Yeah.
What happens if there's a family emergency and you got to get to South Carolina? Boom, you're gone. You're back the same night. Okay.
Or if you want to go play in the golf tournament down there.
This is such an opportunity for our future. It is such an opportunity. We're talking about millions of jobs, green jobs, solar, property values, and tax revenue. And it costs a 1/12 of the cost of this high-speed rail nonsense they've been talking about for 3 decades.
Yeah, they're saying the
So-
material cost to build this, the only real problem would be finding the land and then manipulating the land. But the actual materials and technology, he thinks he's ready. Musk, right? His name is Musk.
He's ready.
He says he's ready to go. So
I've got a plan for this. I mean, I figured, how great would it be if we could land it all along the interstate system? We have it about 50 feet above each interstate system. That's not a perfect plan, because one of the main reasons why we have the interstates is so during wartime, when we mobilize for war, if you didn't know this, every 3 miles of interstate, there's 1 mile where you can land a plane, which I'm not sure if you all knew that, but so I guess that'd be kind of an issue.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe to the side of it, just even on like the easement, like the area next to it.
The service road or something like that.
above
Yeah.
the service road. Then
Yeah.
you can still land a plane on the main highway section.
It's got a lot of potential.
So the
yeah.
Hyperloop, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear about it, if you see petitions about it, Jonesy wants you to get on it. He wants you to get on it.
What an opportunity for a political party. I mean, either Republican or Democrat. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just someone's got to get balls and take the reins on this, because what a possibility. Really.
Absolutely.
What a possibility. Yeah.